Welcome to the Crownsmen Show. We are the voice of industry, and this is our Christmas special, our Christmas edition. If you haven't watched the show before, we discuss all things mining, energy, construction, agriculture, so much. We've got Rory Bamford here. Hi, Rory.
Hello, everybody.
We're very serious. We've got Gowdy Molina,
Hi, everybody.
Roy Slack, and I'm Jerrod Downey. And watching the ones and twos with our new fancy machine that doesn't work very well, we've got Zarina.
Let's not shut out the fancy new machine yet.
No, let's not.
Ugh.
Can I also say I did not get the memo about this,
What's this?
the shirt thing?
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Christmassy.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm the Grinch because I did not.
But you were in the Christmas spirit last night. You were Christmasing.
Were you Christmasing last night?
Christmasing?
Yeah,
Oh,
weren't you?
yes, I went to a Christmas light show in Cloverdale.
Oh, I thought you
I
meant
went.
drinking.
I was drinking.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So cool. Mulled
course.
wine? Mulled wine?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, you
excellent.
like with the one downtown? Or no?
No, Cloverdale.
Oh, Cloverdale, right.
Yeah.
I love the, sorry. They have the Christmas market downtown where they make all the malt wine, and it's good.
Oh,
But we went
yeah.
to the one in the shipyards in North Vancouver last night. Fantastic. It was big. Oh, were you last night? Oh, 2 days. I missed you. Yeah, because I didn't see you there. But yeah, it was great. It was a heavily rainy Vancouver evening.
Yes.
Hi, Roy. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm as good as can be expected.
I should mention the show is brought to you by Petro-Canada Lubricants and Cranky Old Men Drinking Beer. We film, I love how we made this script. We film on site, in studio, remote, at events. Promote your company to millions of viewers. Join the voice of industry. Email info@crownsmen.com
That's unbelievable.
or connect with us on social media.
That sounded
Oh, that was it?
sarcastic.
I know, that was not a good plug.
Wow.
You're advertising your own company and you're sounding
terrible.
trite.
Because it's annoying to have to plug it at the beginning of the show. We got to get rid of that. Can we get rid of that?
No, but we also have to tell people the events we're coming up to.
no.
World of Concrete in
You're not done
Vegas,
yet, Jerrod.
International Builders Show in Orlando.
What is international? What is it?
IBS.
IBS.
IBS. I hope nobody suffers from that show. And then we're going to SME MINEXCHANGE in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yep.
And then CONEXPO, the monster, and then PDAC in
Actually,
Toronto.
it's technically PDAC and then CONEXPO.
You're true. That is true. Gowdy's correct. It is. I want to look at Roy somewhere, but anyway, I guess I can just look at him there.
You just look at him. He's
Yeah,
right on
he's
the
right
screen.
there.
He's right there.
And then CIM.
Well, that's in May. I was gonna wait. Now we're way ahead.
Sorry.
We're way ahead, but that's okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to mess things up
We
on the
should get
show.
into the most important part of the show.
Yeah, cranky old men drinking beer. Roy, what are we drinking today? You're our guide.
So we've got a special today. We haven't tried a sour yet on the show, and this is a Dinosour from
Oh,
Phillips
I
out of
get one too.
Victoria.
Absolutely.
It's
Boys.
sold in BC and Alberta and Ontario. It's not quite Canada-wide, but typically a summer drink. I don't know if you guys have tried a sour before.
I mean, I don't, not knowingly. I don't think I've ever ordered a sour beer.
The first sour I tried, so here's some advice for people that haven't tried a sour before. Try one that's a fruit that you like. There's lots of different types of fruit. This is a stone fruit, so it's peach and a few different things in it.
Could I interrupt you just for a moment to acknowledge that's a
Sure.
pretty good pour?
Ooh.
That was a pretty good
Yeah.
pour.
For you, Jerrod, yes.
No, that was a good pour.
Mhm.
But then it all faded. It's a weird.
Ew.
Okay, so fruit you like. So well, I don't even know what a
The
stone fruit is.
apricot juice, peach juice, nectarine.
And I've never
Stone-
tasted this one before either, Roy. Never ever.
Stone fruits are fruits with stones in them.
Oh, I see.
Not-
Oh, just a. Okay, got it.
Not the stoners. That would mix up the flavors.
That would be a good show. So anybody who doesn't know, we'll do the review of this beer at the end, but for now we just get to drink it while we talk.
So either skip ahead and watch the most important part, or listen to the whole thing.
Wow.
I was gonna say, let's see if we could drink this without,
It tingled my ears.
showing.
You're
the
drinking it
video.
wrong then if it tingles your ears.
Let's talk about our heavy industry world tour brought to you by Savona Equipment. Find, market, and sell surplus and used equipment. And Corporate Traveler Canada, helping companies travel the globe simpler, faster, easier. We are heading to events across North America and Australia and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsmen.com to be part of Crownsmen's Heavy Industry World Tour. Are you facing the challenges of CO2 shortages in your construction projects? Secure your CO2 supply today with Tomco Systems, the pioneers in CO2 equipment solutions. With over 45 years of experience, Tomco transforms challenges into solutions, offering a comprehensive range of CO2 products for water treatment, storage, and transportation. Tomco Systems' patented CO2-based water treatment and wastewater treatment solutions have gained global recognition for their efficient and precise pH control systems. Whether you need pH reduction for municipal process treatment or industrial wastewater, their line of carbonic acid storage and feed products will provide you with 95% or greater efficiency in reaching your target pH. Don't let shortages slow you down. Visit tomcosystems.com to learn more. When you need support and results with your project safety, call Kaizen Safety Group Inc. Breathing air, gas detection, technical rescue, and safety advisor services, all driven by their proprietary industry-leading safety culture and leadership programs, are the positive safety difference you've been looking for. Kaizen Safety Group Inc., committed to the continuous improvement of your workers' safety and well-being. Visit kaizensafety.ca to learn more.
Okay, what are we getting? Okay, you already covered the event. We haven't done any episodes for a while, so I'm all over the place.
We're supposed to cover that every week, right?
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We've introduced Cranky Old Men Drinking Beer. Now we're going into thoughts or question of the week. I guess that's my section. I've been having a bit of a confusing last month because I was shopping for hiking pants.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a Swedish brand, and I went up a little weight, dropped a little weight, so I went with
Serena, what do we call that?
She's just laughing so
Yeah.
hard. Serena, focus.
You're good. You're lucky. I'm not easily offended, Serena. But anyway, my conflict. I'm trying to share something personal here.
That's a good
So
story.
I tried. It was a larger size because Swedish clothes are sometimes a little more trim. I got the clothes up to about my thigh. Then I had to wiggle. Could not close them. Well, not even a chance.
You needed some
Thanks.
Swedish
This is where all the
Spanx.
viewers are gone, by the way. We've lost them all. So we
So-
can just talk about whatever we want now.
So what the guy did, see how correct I am in my speech? What he did was tell me, he's just quietly, he's like, so I'm actually wearing women's pants. And this is not a joke. And he's like, more room in the hips and the thighs. And so I bought, I'm very proud to say, my first pair of female clothing. So, yeah.
That
Hey,
does
Roy, how was your
explain.
week? Are you excited for Christmas?
Oh, I wanted to tell you about the dress I just bought.
Is it also nice and red for the holiday spirit?
It's Swedish, actually, just coincidentally. Yeah.
I want to show, but look they fit so good. They fit so good. I can't even stop. I'm going to wear them forever. I don't care. Today, I want to do our top 5 partners. So these are not all official partners. We work with them in different capacities, but I think we need to give them a shout out to wrap up the year. So, and I also wanted to list off some of the people the companies they brought on. So top 5 for this year is CIM. We've worked with them. When did we first?
2019.
Was the first time we did an actual co-event with them.
2019.
Yeah, me
That
too.
was at
Mimo.
Mimo and Kamloops.
Kamloops, yeah.
That's right.
Is that 2019 or 2018?
2019.
19.
2019. eh?
I went to double check because it was right before
Okay.
COVID.
Oh, I do. I
Very good.
remember.
So, and thank you, Roy, for helping get that done. That was, since then, we've done SMS Equipment, DRA, SMS
DR
James,
Yeah, SMS Equipment, DRA Global. I'm just stealing all your names.
Rio
so-
Tinto.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them, but those are a few. I mean, those are some big players in the industry that came on through that partnership. And then SME now, we just signed a deal with them for next year for the event. When is Mine Exchange?
February,
Yep.
yeah, 23rd, I think.
So they've already brought on Xylem, Wolong America, Black and Veatch. How do you say that?
Black and Veatch.
Black and
Back-
Beach.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love how we all just waited for him to get it wrong.
I know. I actually meant to ask Roy, but we had so many technical difficulties, I forgot.
It's gotta be Black and Beach.
Black and Beach.
Yeah.
Pro Chile. We working with them. Hopefully, doing some big stuff with them in the new year as well. Global Victoria out of Australia. Gekko, Hawk Measurements, Lithodat. They brought us all those.
And a bunch more, and I was just going off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah, they brought. Yeah, 'cause didn't they do a 3-part series with us?
Well, they did a big episode last year with a panel, but they did a 3-part series the year before, and then obviously we're going and planning
we
for
did-
2026.
Yeah. We did Pro Chile at PDAC, didn't we?
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just like then there's Dennis Serena's booking people for us. Daniel Jose Marie out of Australia. He's been setting up some episodes. We've got
Wow.
Pace Creative that set up like with that Greymont shoot.
Yeah.
That there's 3 or 6-part series. 6.
Yes, that's correct.
Came from
Was
Pace.
it 6?
Yeah.
That was a lot of episodes. over
Lot of
the
episodes.
years.
And then just recently, our latest, the last but not least, AEM just announced and we'll actually have a promo code here. They are now sponsoring the Crownsmen Show, the Construction Show. We're doing a guest spot and they're doing a promo code on the show so that you can get a discount on attending CONEXPO.
Yes.
So go sign up, register.
Save money and
Yeah.
come watch live filming and all kinds of craziness.
Well, that's
Say
and
hello.
that is
Yeah, if you see us wandering around, just
I should say we're not an official partner.
We're
They're
not.
Yeah,
No.
that we
No, but
were
they're
not an official
sponsor.
partner yet. We're working on it.
Yeah.
But
They're sponsoring though.
they're sponsoring.
Yeah.
They're being a guest, and we can film anywhere at the event now because of this.
Yep.
Non-partnership.
So which of the top 5 partners are we talking about now?
AEM puts on ConExpo and the Utility Expo and World of Asphalt.
Okay. So you've done CIM and AEM.
And then there's SME.
Pro
SME.
Chile, Pro Chile, and Global Victoria.
Those are the 5.
Yep.
And then and then there's like Pace, who has brought us, like they're a marketing company. They brought us.
And,
we have
and
lots.
cranky old men drinking beer didn't get in that top 5, I guess.
Well, Roy, you have to bring us. Well, I guess you brought us. Cementation's been on,
Cementation, CIM.
but I think they were on in spite of cranky old men drinking beer.
Yeah, we
Not
didn't
because
didn't
of-
publicize. Yeah.
But number 1 for bringing beer would be cranky old men drinking beer.
That is true. You
That's-
have made this show much funner,
Yeah.
Roy.
And now people
Where's-
come up, now people now say you should try this one.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should try that one. I'm like, oh yeah, because we're kind of flooding the market with beer reviews.
And I've only lost one friend because of the show. So
and it was a family member that you didn't like anyway, so it's fine.
bye, Mom. So
Wait till we have our Mother's Day show.
oh no.
I will not be attending that show.
Cutsforth's commitment to innovating technologies for the power industry has been the biggest driver in developing their innovative and unique offerings. Their patented Easy Change brush holder design, shaft grounding, and monitoring systems have been installed across the globe. Ever evolving, they have expanded their offerings through the acquisitions of Insight CM, an online asset monitoring platform, and WSC Consulting Services. They are continuously supporting the power industry through the power of innovation. Visit cutsforth.com to learn more about their products and services. Join us in the depths of the mining world, where global leaders and industry giants converge to shape the future of mining. From groundbreaking technologies, advanced machinery, revolutionary safety measures, to sustainable initiatives. This is the voice of mining. This is Mining Now. Showcase your company to millions worldwide. Book your episode now. Visit crownsmen.com.
Roy, are you going to PDAC this year, and are you going to SME MINEXCHANGE this year?
I'm going to PDAC. I'm not sure about SME.
Yeah. Nice.
There will be, there'll probably be a cementation board meeting at SME because our U.S. office is in Salt Lake City. So
Right.
That's where we didn't do the first episode with them, but we did that one with what's that company's name that's actually working with cementation? Lupex?
Lupex was the
Lupex.
second. That was the second episode with them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you did an episode with me before we started Mining Now.
That you're one of our first.
That's
oh
how
no,
I.
you weren't one. You came to our studio.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You were current president of CIM when you did that. You were
Actually,
was I, or-
Rory, I've wanted to ask you that before. What was your thought process when you like originally saw us? Do you remember what because there's a lot of
I-
people at that time that would not give us a time of day.
Roy, do you remember meeting me at in 2018? Yeah,
Like I thought we did a cementation show in 2018
Yes,
We
in
did.
our studio.
because it was before we started mining now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, you did the Crownsmen Cementation.
Yeah.
You were our guest on the Crownsmen Show.
Yep,
Yeah.
correct.
In studio.
2018. That's
Because
right.
you talked about the mine rescue,
Mhm.
all that on that
The
episode.
Chilean mine rescue that
Yeah.
we were involved
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
But I just curious, just your because at that time it was hard to get anybody to sort of engage. What was your thought process to come and check us out and kind of go through that whole thing, and then eventually back us to partner with CIM?
Well, CIM. I mean, one of the aspects of CIM is knowledge sharing, and the traditional vehicle for that was the conference, but not a lot of people can get to the conference. If there's one in Vancouver one year, one in Montreal, companies can't send everyone, and so this was a model to knowledge share on a much wider basis, and it made sense to me that the challenge that we talked about earlier was the commercial aspect, right?
Yeah.
How
Oh, yeah.
do we fund it? Because CIM is a not for profit, and so I'm so glad that you guys have been so successful and taken mining now to new levels, and it's one of the knowledge sharing pillars of CIM now. So
Yeah, it's been
well done.
Yeah, well, thank you. And it's been just there, and now like more partners like Mine Exchange, and
Yeah.
that was part
SME,
referral
yeah.
from
that was
CIM.
that was built basically like from what they saw through CIM. They were able to talk with them and go, okay, this is a model that we can do as well. Because again, the knowledge sharing now, it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
huge for people doing research. There's just so many aspects of it.
But it's funny that what I was asking you about that, Roy, is there's still I'm not going to call anybody else specifically, but there was still a big event that was like, no, you got to buy media passes. We're not
Yeah.
no interest in like true collaboration. And then you get like AEM, who is, I think they're as big as it gets for events in construction.
And worldwide too. They're putting on CONEXPOs, and like I saw, like they're in India. They're all over.
It's crazy
huge.
what they do. It is
Huge.
And
Well,
they
no, I was going to say not exactly related, but I just attended the largest craft beer conference in Canada,
Oh,
and I covered it.
Yep.
I wrote a thing on it, which they circulated to their members,
good.
and so they let me in on a media pass. And so now in January, I'm going to the American Brewers Association, the Canadian conference.
we're gonna have to tee up some sort of episode on that
Yeah.
one, Roy.
I'm just writing for them. I love to write.
Yeah.
IBS is
Yeah.
I never even thought of that with IBS.
that's a conference.
Um,
So every conference I write about is an IBS conference.
oh boy. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about
Moving on.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say something. I didn't want to forget it.
Some
Oh,
people-
my point with AEM is that if there's anybody that could look at us and go, "Hey, we don't need you," we've already got. They even have their own podcast,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do.
but they're such winners that they're like, "Okay, we'll work with this podcast company as well."
Yeah.
They started sharing they were one of the only organizations that like goes and shares all of our stuff.
They did it back in ConExpo 2023. We launched the construction show, and they were all over it.
For the sake of our viewers,
Yes.
who is AEM? Like we talk about all these acronyms.
They are the Association of Equipment Manufacturers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just you see it. We've seen it with different organizations. There's the ones that kind of like, oh, well, maybe someone will be on your show instead of buying a booth, and then you see ones that just don't think like that. They think in terms of, okay, let's join forces. Obviously, you have this big, in-person event, and then we've got this big online presence. Just merge the two together, and everybody wins. But it's just funny, that thinking, that thought process that like you had that back in 2018, and even today we still get someone going, no, you have to pay for your pass. We're not inviting you to come here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
quite funny. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's funny at all.
yeah, right. It's actually not funny, but
I think it's quite
No.
rude.
Rory, because there's winners and there's losers. So
Yes,
that
there is.
that
And
is what
today
we're talking
I'm going to cover the losers and no, I'm not.
We just
I'll
covered the winners, eh?
It's good to focus on the winners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The losers tend to kind of suck you in, but it's better to not spend too much time. Rory, you've got this great section about winners and losers.
Yes.
It's tailor made for you. Just
I love how he always says winners and losers. It's winner or loser.
Yeah, what is it, a winner or a loser? And today I wanted
Sorry.
to get really complicated, so I wanted to get into like Christmas carols, and I wanted to get into the Christmas markets.
Which
I'm
one-
joking.
No, I was going
So-
to say, which one's your favorite?
I've only been to two.
So what songs are we canceling this year?
I can't tell when Rory's joking or not.
That's an issue.
Can
Okay,
you,
so
Dowdy?
let's actually go into
What is it? 15 years now? What is it now? I still
15.
can't. No, 10 years.
10,
I'm adding like
11.
thinking no 2015
you've
is when
added
I started. Yeah.
5 more years. Anyway,
Sorry.
okay, so I wanted to go into this. So
I'm lost.
I did prepare a monologue. So I'll
You need to
go
drink
into
more.
it.
You're really struggling this. He can't get through a sentence to this.
Hold on. Pause break.
Rory really shouldn't drink.
Oh, he needs to drink more.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to dive into diversification in business and investing versus a focused approach. So I was looking at the different aspects of it. So you'll hear people that buy just like say I'm working, I've got my day-to-day job, I've got a couple kids, I've got to take them to hockey on the weekends, all that fun. What would be the best approach? Like, should I be trying to invest as well, like picking stocks individually? Or should I just be buying the index fund? Then I was looking at the other scenario where the best investors have actually said, like, if you can do 7 hours a week of research, you can beat the market. So that would be, so then obviously I'm picking individual companies. So I know, like, Roy, you've done that a little bit. You like picked individual companies. I, of course, have done that for the last, 13 years or so. And then I was looking at that versus a business. So like when we started, obviously, we were that amazing marketing company that everybody wanted to work with. But I was looking at like, even like now
Gift baskets. Q. There we go.
GBs.
So one thing was now in the episodes, I was going through like the different, like the process of producing an episode. So you go into the sales part of it, telling people how the production and the promotion works for the episodes. You then have to film the episodes, as we were trying to do this morning and this afternoon and this evening for
Why are you
Roy.
looking at me?
And then because it's like an actual guide, but I don't know where to look. And
Because you
then-
run the production.
And then head of production.
And there was no production, Gowdy. That's why he's looking at you.
I wasn't asking.
Then-
Oh, sorry. Continue.
then we go into the editing process of it, working with, like, then again, there's the editing and production, going back and forth with the clients, making sure it looks phenomenal before we launch it. Then we've got the maximum impact ads, coined by Jerrod. So there's all these different aspects.
The maxi pad ads. Ha.
MIAs.
That's good.
I mean,
I
now that he's got women's clothes,
Yeah. Don't,
So-
Jerrod, don't be cross.
I like that.
But it was just like, those are like there's 5-6 core
Getting
aspects
caught in here.
of the business. We don't want to see what you're wearing underneath. I was looking
Rory,
at that.
we
and
call
then-
that the value chain, eh? Like
Yeah.
in the mining industry, you look at all the different elements and
Yeah.
who's doing what and what part of it are you doing yourself and what part of it
Yeah, and it's actually amazing because what we've, like, with the shows now that they've developed and we've done hundreds of episodes, it actually becomes it is a very focused approach we've learned. Like if Jerrod and I tried to go start like 3 more different products, you would have to do that over and over and over again. Whereas we've refined it and we're getting better, we're getting new equipment. Again, that's why we were so on time today for filming. And so
Merry Christmas, got it.
Excuse me. I was here at like 7 a.m.
but then
Me
you
too.
look at it from the investing. Sorry, Roy, I cut you off.
It's fun picking on Gowdy. I like this.
So looking at the value investing part of it too is it's kind of shows like some of these companies go into like a whole bunch of product lines or a whole bunch of like segments. They become huge, but it shows like it like over the year, like the course of the years, it's been since we started doing production in 2018. I've seen like a real benefit of having that focus on only production. The same thing in my investing. So I read, I think it's a Warren Buffett portfolio, and I put some screenshots in here that we can share with the audience. What they looked at in this book is if you did a focused investment portfolio of say like 15 companies or less. And once I went through that book the first time, I immediately went, okay, this is great because now I don't have to try and read 50 or 100 reports. Like a lot of mutual funds, they have huge turnover, meaning they'll sell a whole bunch of shares and they buy new shares.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm looking at 6 to 10 companies. So I only have to follow 6 to 10 companies. And if I think they're going to make huge money and huge returns over the long term, I just follow them. If something goes completely like weird, I can just sell them. But it kind of goes into like that hole punch scenario that Buffett talked about. Is like, am I going to buy 20 companies over my lifetime? He's done more than that. He's been investing a long time. But that focused approach on the business side and on the investing side has produced way better returns overall on the market with these focused value approaches to investing, which I've already seen that. Like since I basically went, that makes sense. I don't need to keep adding on companies. If I'm going to bring on a new company, I should probably look at what company am I going to move out. I was curious, Roy and Jerrod, on your thoughts on that process, the focus for business versus like a lot of diversification.
Well, I want to jump in here because my sister failed and lost her first company because she listened to me and kept
What a segue.
kept diversifying. So what I would do is we would like put on, it was a eavesdrop company. I'd be like, okay, let's do soft bets. She'd be like, okay. And then I'd be like, oh, let's do siding too. Oh, let's do decking. Let's do railings. And so we just had so many things we were doing. And I mean, it was probably the best lesson I've actually learned in business, I would think, is that if you haven't even perfected the one and you're moving on to the next thing already, and big companies do this
All the time.
and they're chasing a shiny thing. But what I found in our company, because we have been able to stay away from that, we've dabbled a little bit and then we kind of pull out of things.
The
and all that.
variation is evil. Is
Yeah,
always a good
variation is evil.
reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is don't move on. Sometimes you have to move on, but at least have like beaten in all the value or beaten out all the value that you've got. Because how many times have we tweaked, added in a new product, made some sort of adjustment, and then we unlock a whole new stream of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
If
It's
we had
it's been around the
With-
episodes.
within long form, in-depth, heavy industry content.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, well, how many variations is there within just that?
Oh.
Thousands, apparently, because we just keep on developing it.
And even every company they might want to promote a new product, they might want to promote a technology, or they want to promote like a product that they refined over the years. And I'm sure, Roy, you saw it with Cementation as well, probably.
Yeah, Roy, what are your thoughts on this? This is like the, this is like almost like a Coke and Pepsi discussion, because Coke is very like streamlined and Pepsi has like everything.
Yeah.
Well, I got to go back to the 80s, and the company I was with then, 80s was diversification. That was the
was that the theme?
That was the theme, and the company I was with did that, and I remember hearing all the buzzwords about synergies and,
Right.
um, a little bit of a story there is we were a mining contractor and we bought a travel agency because as a mining contractor, you move your people all over the place. So the thinking was, you've already got a big client yourself and we can expand.
That's kind of funny.
I like it.
And so my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time. She was managing a travel agency in Toronto, and they were looking for a manager in Timmins. And nobody wanted to go up there, but she grew up in the Sioux. She wasn't worried about going north. It was an opportunity for her. So she managed the travel agency that we bought. So she was staff. I was hourly. It was a career move, but that didn't work, because the main client was yourself. It's like an alcoholic owning a bar, right? Anyway,
Sounds wonderful.
I saw it not work.
Yeah.
And
How long did they have the travel agency for?
I think about 5 years.
Oh, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, my sister had her company for 4 or 5 years before she
Oh,
finally failed.
And there was a couple other. They had a machine shop, or fabrication company, I should say, which they eventually sold to the manager. So they went through this period of diversification and then centralization, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But when we started Cementation, we picked 5 projects. It's one thing people do when they start a company is they look at the market and they want to go after everything.
If we could get 1% of the market,
Yep.
that one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was your business plan,
it's
wasn't
a
it?
$1
Yeah.
trillion
But-
dollar. It's
It's still our business plan, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But we took a different approach. There were 5 projects we picked, and
Mhm.
so we were very focused. We knew the people from the owners' teams. We knew the projects well, and so instead of putting our name out there and say we're going to bid everything, we said, if we get even one of these projects, we're on our way, because they were all big projects.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually got 2.5 of them.
Wow.
There was
Nice.
one project in Flin Flon. We didn't get the shaft sinking project, but we got the vertical raising, the IMARC raising. So,
Oh, nice.
but yeah, that, if there's anything entrepreneurs should think about, it's, or I even tell people that are interested in going into consulting, make sure you've got 1 or 2 clients.
Yeah.
Because if you go out there and you offer it to everyone,
Yep.
thinking that somebody's going to buy it, well, you know what?
They don't.
There's just as good a
We
chance
did one
no one
thing
will buy
right.
it.
We did have a couple clients.
Yeah.
We did do one thing right.
We did one
starting.
thing right. Yeah. We only
Yeah.
did one thing right.
We ended up with like 2 major clients,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah,
But-
enough to get you started and
Yep.
to to hone your service and get better at what you're doing. And
looking back, I think we were 25, 26 starting. It's like, that's insane.
Yeah, I was a little young. It was too
That's-
young for what we were trying to do. We
that's-
didn't even know what we were trying to do.
No,
But the other thing is, I think, is like profit, like an actual profitable company. It's a game of sometimes 1%, 2%, sometimes maybe a game of 3 or 4%. And if you are going up you're not competing against some, but you're always kind of competing against somebody, right?
you're
We're not
always competing in. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not competing against a trade show, but we need to convince them to also buy our show, be on our show while they're at a trade show.
Yep.
So we're competing for dollars at very
Yeah.
least, right?
Yep.
And that not being able to deliver something at a high level,
that exceptional is one of the
That excep-
values.
yeah,
Is
if you-
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, if you can't do that, you'll just keep losing, and you'll and then even if you get it, you're going to lose 2 or 3 or 4% on that profit, which then is going to be a cost. So it's actually more like costing you 6 or 8%.
And then you got depreciation happening.
And then you
on
got all
your
that, yeah,
equipment.
yeah.
So by the time you're done with that, you're You're
and then you're
8
trying
by
to fix
10.
problems. So then you probably have higher turnover in the company, and it's just spirals. I mean, it just
But
killed
it's
us. We had a great little business with that home exterior business. It's a great little business.
Yep.
But it was just one day we're pulling out the railing tools, and then the next day we're climbing up doing gutters with the same amount of staff. There was no growth.
Yeah.
It was just switching out stuff.
and you made a good point there, Jerrod, because
Thank you.
you might but I don't think you even knew you made the point.
Here. Oh, is there more beer?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
oh yeah.
Did I just really quickly, by the way, the only difference between the women's and the men's is there's a vent on the side. And the men's
for
pant
which
of the pants, and the men's has no netting. It's just bare skin, and the women's has netting. That's the only difference. I just want to clear. Everything else is exactly the same.
Oh.
so they're like the pants the Mexican wrestlers wear, is it? Those stretchy pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are masculine men. Sorry, Rory.
Anyway, I
I
had
made
a
a
serious
good
point to make.
Yes.
Yeah, is that you might not think, because you know your product so well, you might not think that there's competition. But if I've got a marketing budget
Yep.
of 100,000 and I can decide between, am I going to attend this conference? Am I going to put an ad in this magazine, whatever? You may not even consider those related to a podcast service, but if they come out of the same budget, then you're competing with those people.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've actually asked people, like, when they're going to a trade show, they'll be like, yeah, this is I have to look at my budget. I've asked people, like, is travel a part of that? They're like, no, that's totally different. I'm like, oh, well, that's a good sign, at least, because people spend huge money on all this travel
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, the biggest part of conference is the hotels and the meals.
Well, what I actually thought you were going with it, Roy, is the other thing is when you get good at running a business, a type of business, it starts to seem easy. So there's this little trick that you can trick yourself into thinking, well, we can run this. Well, maybe we could run a conference.
Oh boy.
Like it's the
Yeah.
same people, it's the same
All the
industry.
same.
Other people who do it and successful at it. You can look at the books for CIM and MINEXCHANGE. You go, okay, well, that's, we could probably do that.
And then you get a
You know
tiny
what? Yeah, because you said it too, Jerrod, and you made me think of it. I wrote it down because you said you didn't know what you could do, and I remember saying to people when we started the company, we didn't know what we couldn't do.
Yeah.
And when you don't know what you couldn't do and you're successful,
Yeah.
you think you can duplicate that.
Yeah.
No, maybe you were lucky. Maybe you were in the zone that you should be in, but
Michael Jordan thought
because
he
it
could
worked
play
with you
baseball.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a backstory though.
Yeah, but he still tried to play
He did
baseball.
try. He did try. The one thing with trade shows is like the big red flag on that for the events is the logistics is crazy.
I don't know how they do it. Like that CIM, I watch because we know them quite
Yeah.
well now. I don't know how they do it actually. Like
It's like 600 moving parts
But
all the time.
you know what? Because it's, I won't say the same as anything, but once you've done it 20 times,
Yep.
you get good at it.
Yeah.
But it was interesting when the pandemic hit and we couldn't get together for a conference,
Oh.
we did a virtual conference.
I hosted. No, I hosted it.
You hosted
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was really challenging for CIM.
Right.
And
Because now they
you would
had to go into
think
this digital world.
it was a totally different approach. You had to we got all of the talks recorded beforehand, and it was just different.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think it was less complicated than an in-person conference, but because they'd done so many of those, they found the virtual one very difficult.
Yeah.
And it came off well. It was a success, but it was challenging because it was new.
Rory, actually, the other thing I wanted to ask is I just had a friend, he was talking about a business idea. Not a bad little business, actually. Or it didn't sound like it anyway. But I did, how we always do the half of half thing?
Yep.
Like, you think you're going to sell $1 million? Okay.
Half of half.
Half
quarter
of half.
million.
500, $250,000.
Yep, easy.
And so
And it's bang on.
it's insanely scary how bang on it is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you and I just perform at 25%. I don't know, but whatever.
Half the time.
Yeah. But so I
17.
broke down the business for him using that rate,
Well,
and it worked out that he was going to make about $20 an hour, but it had potential to scale, but he wasn't actually losing money. So to me, I'm like, okay, there's actually something here because you're not losing money at half of half.
right.
So if within a couple of years you get up to 50%, you're making money, and if you scale it, then you could. But I could see for him, he was like, oh,
It kind of hit him.
kind of hit him. But you're going to, when you're going into something new, you're going to, you have to plan for that, old Munger. Plan for the worst, right?
Like Roy, if somebody was starting a business, I'm just curious on like when you start, if you're starting at like that $20 an hour, say you're you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're starting, would you still, as long as you can pay yourself even like something, knowing that there's a potential, do you still encourage people to do the entrepreneurship journey if the business is viable? Because it is going to scale, or
Yeah,
if it has
so-
potential to scale.
So I think the difference is, if you don't have a family, if you don't have really financial responsibilities, go for it. Take a chance. Worst you can get is, it doesn't work. But once you get a little older and you've got a partner, a spouse, you've got one or two kids, then you got to think about things.
Just to clarify, you
And,
mean a partner and the spouse being the same person, right? We just want to, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Got a
I'm
partner,
trying to be-
spouse, some kids. Different.
I'm trying to be politically correct. I don't know all the acronyms. I don't know what you call cross-dressers these days. But
Apparently
and
you
who-
call them me. But
how do you identify? I identify as a Jerrod.
Serena, I don't get it. You found that funny. I don't know. Yeah. What were we
Anyway,
talking about?
there was something serious we were talking about
Yeah,
there.
what was that?
Oh, it
But-
was entrepreneurship, like when people should take
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
risk. I agree. Like for me, like you see a lot of people, they'll start a business outside, like after they're finished their university degree. I think that's like prime.
Yeah.
That's a prime time to
Yeah.
take a
because
run.
I've seen people, I know people that have started older. They've even like bought out a company or something, and they kind of still run into the same issues.
all the time.
You can start it when you're 50. It doesn't mean you're still got to make judgment calls and mistakes, and you hire the wrong manager.
You got to learn how to hire people. That's a nightmare.
It's amazing what technical skills can do. When we were first hiring out of the Philippines, disaster.
Oh.
They were terrible. The hires were
It was
terrible.
There's no qualifications that we needed.
Yeah, and then basically Bea, my wife, she drafted up a hiring plan for how we like onboarded people. We started not using a third party. We just reached out directly on LinkedIn and
Yep.
used our own filtering system.
Yep.
And it was more work. And our turnover has been nothing now.
Oh yeah.
We
And-
hire the right people and they stay with us.
And it's literally like the
Yeah.
right people, right universities, and
So-
bingo.
If you had asked us 3 years ago, oh, should you hire in the Philippines? Terrible.
Yeah.
And now if you ask us now, we just sing their praises.
And we'll give you a consulting rate if you want to do it. And yeah, talk to us.
No,
Well-
we're not going into
Oh, we're not.
new
Oh,
business
dude.
idea. We
Yeah.
hire people.
Yeah.
Let's help
Edit.
other people hire people.
There's nobody
Radio
doing that.
edit.
If we could just get 1% of all hires.
Oh, winner. It's like starting a new railway. Totally doable. I'm just looking at your train.
you know what
Jerrod,
the-
you remind me of that saying that that
Uh-oh.
67% of all statistics are made up. But more recently, it's been found that it's now 78%.
Right.
I just added a little bit to that old
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
It seemed to be, timing seemed to be right with everything going on in the
Isn't
world.
it weird though? If you throw a number behind something, people just believe it.
6-7.
Yeah.
Roy nailed it. 6-7.
Yeah. 6-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's accurate. Yeah. The accurate number. The off
Oh, that
even
was-
number. Yeah.
You should have heard my grandkids at my wife's last birthday. Anyway,
Ouch. Nobody's wives watch the show, so we're safe.
They don't? Oh.
Just the facts. Just the facts. We had, speaking of Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is a Christmas edition. This has not been a very Christmassy. We're talking about diversification.
My family, decorates the house like.
Nice.
What did I say? There's more nativity scenes in here than in Salt Lake City.
Oh, I've got
our
a
house,
sister and a mother like that.
But I have to do the outside. They said the lights aren't going to go up on their own, Grandpa. So,
With how
I
many
got out
men...
there and I hung
Sorry.
them up, and they weren't perfect. But my oldest granddaughter, she's 17, and she was helping me. And I said, "How does that look?" And she said, "Well, we should get a Grinch inflatable for the front lawn." And I said, "Oh, that would be nice." And then she said, "Oh, we can put a sign up, lights by the Grinch."
Ouch.
Nice. So she better get a scholarship now.
Cranky
That's my
elementary
little
computer.
Christmas story.
Did you know? This is an interesting stat. I'm not going to bring it up. Never mind. It's too morbid for Christmas.
Well, you can't bring it up now. How many
I
men
was
fall
just-
off ladders? Is that what you
Yeah, I
looked
was
up?
saying like
Yeah.
100 to 200 people from decorating mishaps, but you've got ladders and then you've got electrical shocks.
Yeah.
Got
There's something funny about an electrical shock.
Tree falls.
Well, you're
Oh,
talking
right,
about
getting
National
Christmas trees.
Lampoon Vacation.
Thank
Right?
you, Roy. Best movie of all time. Best Christmas movie of all time.
I consider Life of Brian a Christmas movie.
Because of the birth of
Okay, and
Jesus
yeah, and I'm
Birth of
sure it's
Christ.
popular among the cross-dressers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of cross-dressing in that movie.
Yeah.
It's my favorite
Marty-
movie. Wow.
Monty
I'm actually
Python.
starting to get a little confused.
I want to be a woman.
I'm a
That
lumberjack,
scene-
and I'm okay.
That scene is such a good scene. Serena, do you know Life of Brian?
She hasn't heard of it.
Okay.
Life of who?
You need to look it up because you're in our employment. I can't send you video clips of Life of Brian, and it's just
No.
I can't do that. So
No.
you'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Good HR advice. Don't send video clips of anything to any
Yes.
employee.
Yes.
But Stan, you are a woman, but I want to have babies. It's so good.
It was so ahead of its time.
I know. It's like it was made today.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dennis
Do
met.
you remember?
Our Dennis, who books all our shows, he met Cleese.
And he did
in,
the
like,
dance off
Mexico?
Faulty Towers in Australia. So he came in and he was like the most fun guy, just like hanging out with them.
His show, he did like a sitcom show where he's like the head of an inn. It's hilarious.
Faulty Towers. Yeah.
It's
a great show.
Faulty Towers.
Faulty Towers.
Faulty Towers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that show.
See, I was trying to control my voice and I got so excited and my voice.
You get very excited. Poor Gowdy is like off camera trying to fix. Are these cameras still rolling?
The
Or any
Crownsmen
camera? I
Flying
see one red
Circus.
light. Roy, what is your topic for the day? Roy, that is the most Canadian shirt I've ever seen, by the way.
Thank you very
You
much.
even went red on red. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same shirt.
Hey.
Yeah, but I only went one shirt.
Roy, is it Christmassy and snowy there?
There's about a little bit of snow on the ground. The
Oh,
grass is peeking
Now we're
through. There's not
discussing
much.
weather, guys. Come on. Roy, what's your topic?
So I wanted to, like Gowdy said, I can share a screen with you guys. So I'm gonna
Yep.
try and do that.
Nice.
What did you tell Roy to do?
Why are you looking at me like that was a bad thing? I'm back, by the way.
Hi,
Hi, Gowdy.
Gowdy.
How's it going?
I wanted
Good.
to.
Gowdy, while Roy shares his
Wild.
screen, what's your favorite part about Christmas? All right, let me try again. What's your least favorite part about Christmas?
I don't know. I actually I'm a big fan of Christmas. I love Christmas and everything that has to
Me
do with
too.
Christmas. But this year I don't know.
It
Just chilling?
got
Not
you
in
this
the-
year.
Yeah, not in the mood.
Not in the mood.
I like it.
Yeah. I think probably because you're just, you know what's coming ahead, I think. So it's kind of.
Maybe.
So can you see my screen? So I'm not sure if
Oh,
you can see that
no.
or not.
Oh, brother. Really, Roy?
This is
This
beautiful.
is. I like how it looks kind of serious.
Oh,
And now
yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I mean, Jerrod did his top 5.
Yep.
Everybody
I
wants
can't
to
even
do
remember
top
what
5.
they were, but
Partners.
so I decided to do a top 5. The things we've learned this year on the Crownsmen Show.
It's a lot of wives
You know,
and others.
I'll just go through them with you. And the first one we've learned, or this is number 5.
I like it.
We'll
I
count
didn't
down.
laugh. I didn't laugh.
Okay.
I like it.
So number 5, we've learned that facial hair drives viewer numbers, and the Wilf Brimley aged star combo look is kind of a fan favorite.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
So you went and hosted one of our shows like that.
Number 4 thing we learned is that you know how if you don't
Oh, sorry.
if you don't clean your barbecue, your steaks taste different. Well, if you don't wash your traveler's cup, it can significantly change the flavor of your beer. We learned that on the show.
It is true.
We really are wasting people's time, aren't we?
No, keep watching.
Oh, it gets there are more important ones. Like that's just number 4. The number 3 thing we learned is that gift baskets drive sales like nobody's business.
That's the basket we should have done.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That would have actually done something. Can we try that again?
Let's not.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Send me one.
not.
Send me one and I'll tell
We
you.
gave people honey.
And golf balls.
Here, have some balls.
The number 2 thing we've learned on the show
Insane.
is that Big Brother's listening. We found
we
that
changed a
out.
policy.
Thank you.
Yeah. We changed
Roy and I needed
The,
that.
yeah,
Roy and I needed that.
yeah. We should have another show right now before the end of the year. But
Yeah,
but
true.
we come up to the number
Don't you
1
dare knock our government. Don't you dare.
Whoa.
Wow.
the number
So
1 most important
passionate.
thing.
I don't want to get shut
Number
down.
1. Number 1.
Number
Yeah,
1,
Big
are you
Brother's
ready?
listening. I'm ready.
Sir, there a drum roll. The number 1 thing we've learned is never, ever imply that Gaudi is or has ever been late, tardy, or in any way not on time. Just don't do
Thank
it.
you. Very much.
Does
I-
that include
I
the
approve
equipment?
this message.
Wow.
Does that include the equipment running on time?
Well, when you order the wrong thing, Jerrod.
Roy, can you please?
You approved it.
Okay, Roy, can you please send that to us? We need that up on the website.
Yes.
We need
Yeah.
that. That is brilliant, and thank you.
Yeah.
Especially number 1, but more importantly, number 2.
What was
Yeah.
number 2? Big
I
Brother's
didn't,
listening?
next year we'll get the Swedish hiking pants in there.
Next year, I'll fit into those Swedish men's
I
pants.
feel like Jerrod really loved that episode with the fashion discussion, and he really
He-
loved.
Was that the
where-
ring one too, or no?
No, it was like
I do love
he was like a
fashion.
statement piece or something.
Jerrod does his
And
deep
I'll,
dives
br-
into
I'll bring it
YouTube.
up. I'll have Carl bring it up again. No, he did like
I don't remember
Jerrod
this.
on the runway.
Nice.
What? What's happening?
I got a visual from
This
that,
sounds
Gaudi.
wonderful.
Gemini can really give us some good examples too.
That's
Oh,
a visual I
Top
didn't
5
need.
outfits.
Yeah.
Roy, that was great. Roy, what's your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm bringing this back to Christmas. So what we do sometimes, we'll put a clip in at the beginning so we can actually do it like a nice teaser. But yeah, I'm just curious.
geez, I'd have to think
Come
about
on.
that one. I just
Okay.
saw a clip of Taylor Momsen. Okay, the Pretty Reckless. I don't know if you know the group,
Mm-mm.
but you know Taylor Momsen from the Jim Carrey movie The Grinch,
Mm.
because she was Cindy Lou Who.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so 20 years
They
later,
just reunited. Yeah. She's in a band now. Yeah.
yeah, she leads a great band, the Pretty Reckless, and a very, very popular heavy metal band or rock band.
Oh, love it.
And they just put out a Christmas album, and she played, I think, on the Tonight Show, if you look up the clip, but
Mm.
she starts out singing that same song that she sang when she was 6 years old on The
I
Grinch.
heard about this.
And then after the first verse, the guitars and the drums and everything kick in, and she rocks the rest of it. It's really
You
quite
don't know
good.
the song. You don't know what the song name is for it.
You know, oh, Hello Father Christmas or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's
Nice.
and I'm just saying that I just saw it yesterday. But
That's awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to bring it back to Christmas before we go into the most important part of the show.
What's your favorite song?
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
oh, you and my granddaughter. Good Lord.
Mine's not funny. I love Oh Holy Night so much. I love that song.
And now you get to be serenaded.
Oh, it's Where Are You Christmas?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
holy
Oh,
night.
I can't share my screen.
I saw a lady perform Oh Holy Night, and it was just she built
Oh, Holy
every-
Night. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said A Holy Night.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And officially canceled. Boom. We made it till the year end.
That's what's tough is sometimes you go to Christmas service and they're doing stuff and you're like, I can't take this seriously. Some of it I take very seriously,
have
but
you
other
been-
stuff they do is just like, you got to
Roy, have you been to the Christmas services ever? Has that ever been a thing? that
Oh,
you've
yeah.
done?
Yeah. My wife's quite religious, believe
Right.
it or not.
No, opposites attract.
I'm quite religious. Nobody believes me, but I am. I don't know why that's so hard to believe.
Just went silent.
It's the language,
Me too. I'm
Jared.
quite religious.
It's the
I-
language.
Well, so I'll tell you one more embarrassing thing. So when I played hockey, it's actually it's actually embarrassing saying it.
Thanks, everybody.
I would get so mad and I'd swear at people, I would threaten them, but then when I'd score a goal, I'd go down on one knee and thank God. And I'm not joking.
That's right,
So I was like this psychopath, like this religious psycho on the
Roy.
ice.
It was insane. I saw this guy literally get 12 penalties in a game, and some of them
And-
for spearing in the guts.
I was a
And
little insane.
Then I was like, "That's probably the person we should start a marketing company."
I
with."
started to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started to change when I once I hit a guy and it was just so mean. I was like, okay,
That was the one. Then you found out it was a girl. And
it wasn't
she just,
that one.
She folded, and it was detrimental to her life.
I didn't actually know. She was like 6 feet tall, short haircut with
Yeah,
a mask. We
it's
were
all
minor
true.
hockey. Yeah.
But man,
And
you-
she
now Jared
just-
wants to be that girl.
She just dropped. It was so like, it was just like paper. It was just like poof. And I was like, that was weird. And then of course the team found out it was a girl that I hit. Merry Christmas, everyone. Roy, what do you think of this beer?
are you on your
Um,
second?
Yeah, we're
Yeah. You guys go ahead. I'll go last.
Oh,
um,
right.
I'll likely never drink this again. That's my review.
So I've been drinking. I've tried their other ones as well, which I won't talk about for future reviews. But they've got I think they got a blackberry or like whatever they call it. But
Yeah.
it's fun. I like it.
Ugh.
Really?
So
Gowdy?
my
Oh, I get to.
Well, you drank it, right?
Yeah. For like, I love lime and stuff, and in that sense, I guess sure. Do you know what I would use this for?
Mix.
To marinate my steak, like
Oh, good
carne asada.
idea.
That's what I would use.
That's
this
nice,
for.
actually. I didn't have
I
that.
don't think I'd want to drink this.
I'm just so excited for Christmas. I'm just like, woohoo! Everything tastes
Yeah, you love
good.
Christmas. You
Big
love
Christmas, big
yeah.
Christmas. National Lampoon. I can't. I have to go get some repairs on it, but I'm going to decorate the trailer. I'm gonna have Cousin Eddie. I'm gonna have Cousin Eddie set up.
do you guys do this with your?
I don't
or
do it.
Your kids aren't old enough.
Not yet. I don't want to do this, but now the
No.
wife is already like, "Oh, that could be fun." I'm like, "No, it's not."
This is the elf on the beer shelf.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Every day
Yeah.
you drink a new beer.
He's in my beer fridge. He picks out a beer for me each day.
Beautiful.
Well, Roy, give us a review on this beer and let's wrap up the show.
So Phillips, we haven't reviewed this one yet. We've reviewed a couple of their beers. There's Electric Unicorn, which is a white IPA, which got a high rating.
Nice.
I did, when I was in Vancouver, I had their Pilsner on tap, which I quite liked. This one, not so much.
Thank you. I
It
thought,
just,
thank you.
it's just kind of juice with a little bit of tart. And
It's shit.
I think it's, you know what it reminds me of? It's like a sour made for the masses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, instead of a craft beer sour that has something special about it, it's just kind of plain juicy.
Yeah.
And doesn't really have anything special.
Bro, you just cater to the masses.
I just can't. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to bribe the subscribers, guys. Else, ladies, gentlemen.
So anyway, my opinion, everyone's got, you know, like sours are really you know, a tricky taste, but they're very popular these days. But, this one, I've had some sours that I was quite impressed with, but not really this one.
I'm more into like earthy. Rory and his wife gave me a candy cane thing as a gag joke,
Oh goodness gracious!
and it was salmon flavored.
It
And they
was
didn't
a
tell me.
gag.
What?
Yeah, it was a gag.
It was
like a gag
A
gift.
salmon flavored candy cane?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I ate it.
That's
and I liked it.
disgusting.
I didn't even. No, it
It's so
it
gross.
tasted like
ate it.
it tasted like scotch.
He ate
That's
it.
nasty.
It's insane.
No,
The
it's not-
seagulls wouldn't even eat that.
Yeah, well,
Normally, when people they're like,
yeah, no, I didn't even.
and Jared's like, no, I thought it was really good. I'm like, what?
Psycho.
We were waiting the whole time, and then we realized, yeah, he was in his pants eating this cane.
No, I didn't have my pants
Next
on.
time, give
Oh.
him something sour.
I was looking for my pants, but I found them. I hadn't
Yeah.
found them
The
yet.
woman section.
You're probably a hard guy to buy gifts for. I mean, I never would have thought of a salmon flavored candy cane, but
Me neither. Me neither.
Anything you think never would gross, just get it for Jared.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
everybody for watching. Merry Christmas. Oh, what was the score, Roy? What was the score?
Rating? It feels
yeah,
like a
I'm-
fat 9. 8.
this might be the lowest one. I'm,
Oh, nice.
you know,
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm not sure if this is a 10 or not. Like,
I don't
it's
think
not
so.
up into the honorable
No, it's not a
mentions.
10.
So
It's not a 10.
Come on,
It's
go 9.
come
Go
on.
9.
8.
see the unmentionables. Well, a 10 is in the, you know, in the
50%.
lower levels of our.
Well, you
Of
gotta
our
decide,
world.
Roy.
Come on, Roy.
No, I've got a 10 on it.
Oh,
All right.
I guess
fine.
it still is beer. So
Well,
I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and we will see you at all the events. Jared, you can sign off, but I just want to thank you, everybody,
course.
for watching, and you are amazing.
and Merry Christmas. It's a special time of year for everyone to get together with family and friends. Merry Christmas.
I
Is that
really
on the
feel
script?
the spirit.
No, that was from the heart.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any last words before
Yikes.
Christmas?
Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay off those ladders. Stay away from those extension cords.
Amen.
Amen.
Stay away
Amen,
from
brothers
Jared.
and sisters.
Peace with you. Merry Christmas, everyone.